Okay. So it is April the 24th, and we are just coming off a retreat weekend. So if many of us look kind of exhausted, that is why. I can't even hold my own head up today. Yesterday evening at the gathering and integration for the retreat, there was some trepidation about coming to class this morning or tomorrow. For them it's morning in Australia, and or the evening class. And so I said, don't worry, I'm not going to offer any teachings this morning, because I feel like there's not a need for teachings this morning. So my intention this morning is to offer practice, to go into our bodies, to meet our bodies where they are right now. I will be posting the integration for the retreat today. So as I said at the beginning of our gathering and integration for the retreat, if you have entered into the retreat and not completed the retreat, please do make sure that you set aside the time to finish out the retreat this weekend, because there's an arc to the retreat. And if you've entered into it, it is rather important that you complete it. Otherwise, you've entered into something, and it's going to put you in a space of being triggered, being all up in your stuff, and then there's not going to be that resolution for you, which is built into the retreat. Also, if you weren't able to attend the gathering and integration, please do set aside some time to listen and participate in that gathering and integration, because it is rather important to create some closure for the retreat as well. So I say that, and let's go around and introduce yourselves, where you're connecting from, and we'll go right into practice today.
Hi, I'm Ivy, and I'm from New York.
I'm Madeline. I'm connecting from Alabama.
Jackie.
I'm Paige.
I'm connecting from California.
I'm Paige. I'm connecting from Italy, and I'll write you later about the Alabama thing, Madeline.
I'm Petra from North Vancouver, Canada.
I'm Jane from the UK.
Jackie, why don't you go again?
Okay. Jackie connecting from Spain today.
And Michelle is here on chat, and also Nancy's here as well. So thank you all for being here. We're going to start lying down on your backs with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. We're going to take a nice long practice today. So you're lying on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, making sure that you're completely comfortable, adjusting the position of your feet so that there is no strain anywhere in your body, particularly your low back and your psoas, your neck. You want to be as completely comfortable as possible. Place your hands on your low belly. Allow your elbows to be heavy on the ground, and close your eyes to have an inward focus. You're going to feel your 2 feet, the 2 sides of your buttocks, your mid-back, your shoulder blades, your 2 elbows and the back of your head on the ground. And take a moment to connect with the earth underneath you. Feel the openness, the support, the stability. Allow yourself to settle, to relax, to let go, to feel the support of the earth, to allow yourself to be open and receptive. And over your next few breaths, just give yourself permission to release whatever tension your body is carrying, surrendering it back into the earth. Begin with your feet. You're going to breathe into your big toes and feel your big toes. Breathing into and feeling the big toes on both your feet. And we're just opening to what sensations are there. It doesn't matter how much or how little is there for you today. You're just feeling into what sensations are present. Feeling the mass of your big toe, the bottoms, the sides, the top, the hardness of your toenail. Feeling into the main body of your toe bone. And you're noticing if you feel nothing at all, numbness, maybe discomfort, perhaps achiness or pain. Just being patient, allowing time to develop sensation. When you tune into your body this way, you will uncover all kinds of subtle or not so subtle sensations, perhaps numbness. Breathing into your big toe. You might notice you are anxiously holding or even gripping into your big toes. Just feeling the holding, feeling the tension, opening your awareness into the big toes. And you'll find that you can begin to relax the tension. The tension may begin to unwind. It may begin to drain down into the earth. It may stay the same. It may let go quickly. And as you release, you relax, letting the energy go down into the earth. Now you're going to breathe into your second toe, taking time to explore the various parts and dimension of your second toes and seeing if you can uncover and tap into the tension in your second toe. Tension comes forward and you notice how the tension changes, shifts, how it doesn't stay the same when you bring your awareness to it. And the tension may release and let go down into the earth. And then the middle toes. You're breathing into the pores of your middle toes, feeling your middle toes. Connecting to whatever sensations are present. Notice that when you bring your awareness, sensation comes forward, maybe numbness. And that sensation begins to shift and change as it releases down into the earth. And lets go. And then you come into your fourth toe. Maybe a little bit more difficult to connect with. Feeling the tip of the toe, the toenail, the top of the toe, the sides, the bottom. Whatever is asking to come forward is perfect today. Notice how the sensations change and release and drop down into the earth. It may let go a little, it may let go a lot. Whatever is happening today is exactly what your body needs. So if you're just joining us, we're lying down on our backs with our knees bent and our feet flat on the floor. And we're tuning into our bodies. We're doing a meditation. So as you lie down on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, you're going to tune into your baby toes now. So feel into your baby toes. Notice what sensations are present. You might find some tension or numbness, a little holding on. Notice when you bring awareness to your baby toes that sensation can release, let go, drop back. And let go into the ground. So as you bring your awareness into your toes, you may notice that another part of your body begins to let go. And you can invite that relaxation to happen throughout your body. As you release in your feet, relaxation will happen throughout your whole body because all the meridians of your body run throughout your feet. So by letting go of tension in your feet, you're relaxing your entire body. So now all 5 toes are relaxing, releasing, letting go of tension, connecting more fully to the ground. So after releasing all 5 toes, you're coming into the ball of your foot behind your toes, entering into the ball of your foot, letting your awareness coming into the ball of your foot, feeling the tightness, feeling the restriction. So you're feeling for sensation, feeling the tension, allowing that tension to come forward, and then releasing that tension into the earth. And the more you relax your feet, the more other areas of your body may present themselves as tense. And then there's an invitation to release those parts of your body again. And you can follow that wisdom of your body. Let go and return to your feet. And then you're going to come into the arch of your foot. So here's another place where there's a lot of holding in your body. You can feel into this brittleness and rigidity. Breathe into the brittleness and rigidity of the arch of your foot, feeling the front of the arch, the middle of your arch, the back of your arch, the inside and the outside. And it may feel like there's a river of tension flowing down through your feet and into the earth. And then coming to the outside edge of your feet, all the way from your baby toe to your heel, feeling that band of tension. So we move slowly through your feet because your foot maps out your entire body. So as we release the tension in your feet, you're releasing tension through your entire body. You may be feeling that as you attend to all the small places in your feet, that there's more of a connection from your whole body, relaxing, releasing, letting go, connecting more fully to the earth. Coming into your heels, feeling the tension, feeling any pain, feeling any holding on in your heels. Just letting that tension go down, flowing like a river into the earth. And then coming to your ankle bones on the inside, your ankle bones on the outside, feeling the tension in the bones. Letting yourself take plenty of time. We have plenty of time here today. And what you're doing here is you're developing a neurological capacity to focus on one area. Or put another way, we're developing a relationship with your body. To feel, to listen to your body, to feel what's happening in your body. And this will carry over into your life, into your next meditation session. And it will be your baseline for felt sensation in your life and the next time you come to your practice. So the tension in your ankle bones begin to release, let go, melt down into the earth. So now your whole foot is releasing, melting, dissolving, letting go into the earth. And you're just going to check in with the position of your body again, making sure you're completely comfortable. Your knees are bent, your feet are flat on the floor. You want your low back to be comfortable, your neck to be comfortable. You want yourself to be able to relax completely into the ground. Your hands are on your lower belly, your elbows are resting on the ground, and your eyes are closed to encourage inward focus. So tuning into your shins, your shin bones, the muscles on the outside of your shin bones, putting your awareness inside your shins. Your bones hold as much tension as any other part of your body. You're feeling the tension, the density of the bones, and you're allowing it to release, sliding down through your lower legs, through your feet, and into the ground. Allowing your awareness to drop back through the backs of your shin bones, through the interior of your lower leg. It might be sort of somewhat tough to sense this area of your body, but see if you can. And coming through the interior of your lower leg into your calf muscle. So sensing your whole lower leg, front, back, inside and outside, completely relaxing, surrendering its tension. So just letting everything go here. So we're releasing tension down into the earth, and at the same time, the earth is drawing tension back into herself. And then you're going to bring your awareness to your buttocks on either side and feel them touching the earth. Notice the gripping and holding on, and allow them to settle more fully into the earth so that there's no need to hold on anymore. You can relax and release and allow yourself to settle more fully into the earth here. And then coming into the pelvic floor, the area around the genitals, the perineum, the anal area, feel the tension, feel the holding on here. And allow your pelvic floor to soften, to melt, to release, to let go. And you're coming into your inner thighs, feeling the tension in your inner thighs, all the way from your pelvic floor to your knees. See where there's tension, see where there's holding on, and bring the invitation forward to release and let go. Coming to the tops of your thighs, your quadriceps, feeling the density of these muscles, the tightness, the holding on. Allow yourself to release, dissolve, let go, let these muscles let go, coming to your outer thighs from your knees all the way to your hips. Feel the band of tension there. Allow that to release, dissolve, let go. In the backs of your legs and your hamstrings from behind your knees to your sit bones. Feeling the density, feeling the tightness, and letting go. And then coming back to your pelvis, the pelvic bowl itself, the bones of the pelvis. Feel the tension in the bones, allowing that tension to come forward. And then feeling that tension release and dissolve, let go into the earth underneath you. So now your whole lower body is relaxing, releasing, dissolving, letting go down into the earth. Your pelvis, your legs, your feet. Now we're coming to your mid-back, the base of your sternum, the base of your ribs, feeling that connection to the ground directly below your solar plexus, feeling that connection to the earth, breathing in, feeling the sensation, feeling the tension around the lower lobes of your lungs, around your liver, your kidneys, your adrenals, feeling that tension around your organ body there, letting your belly drift back, melt down through your mid-back into the earth. Just release and allow the tension to sink down. And then you're coming to your shoulder blades, resting on the ground in your upper back. Let your awareness come right into your shoulder blades, right into the interior of your upper body, your upper back, especially in front of your shoulder blades, just inside your body. Feel the sensations, feel the tension just inside your upper back. And then allow that tension to dissolve down into the earth. And then come up through the layers of your upper back, up into your collarbones, up into the lobes of your upper lungs and your chest, your sternum, your heart center, feeling the tension here. And allowing that tension to dissolve down through the layers of your upper body, your upper ribs, your shoulders, and into the earth. And then feel your elbows heavy on the ground. Become aware of tension in your shoulders at the tops of your arm bones. Maybe tension all the way up into your neck, the side of your neck, the back of your neck, the front of your neck, the interior of your neck and throat. Allow that tension to go down through your shoulders, through your upper arm bones, through your elbows and into the earth. And then bring your awareness to your hands, feeling the palms of your hands, the joints of your fingers, your wrists, and your forearms. Let that tension dissolve down through your forearms, through your wrists, through the joints of your hands. Let it just slide down through your lower arms, through your elbows, and into the earth. So now your whole body is relaxing, releasing, and letting go. And scan your awareness throughout your entire body. See if you're able to let go any further. Find any residual pockets of tension. Allow yourself to connect with those pockets of tension. And then let them go. And then bring your awareness to your head, resting on the ground. And we're going to shift allegiance to our head as a thinking place, to our head as a feeling place, to a place of sensation. Going to sense what it feels like to have a head here. So sense into the sockets of your eyes, the slightly asymmetrical globe of your eyeball. Feel the colored part of your iris and feel the tension in your iris. Allow it to relax. Become aware of the clear dome over the iris, your cornea. Feel the tension here and allow it to release. Become aware of your pupil, the black circular opening in the iris that lets light in, and feel the tension in your pupil. Let that tension in your pupil come forward, and then let it release down through the back of your head and into the earth. So now the colored part of your eye, your iris, the cornea, the clear dome over your iris, and your pupil are completely relaxing, releasing, dissolving, and letting go. Now become aware of the whites of your eyes, the sclera. Feel the tension in the whites of your eyes. Allow the tension in the whites of your eyes to release. And then feel the tension in the thin layer of tissue that covers the entire front of your eye, except for that colored part. We're feeling tension down to the finest layers. We live in a very visual world, and our eyes are working all the time. And so taking this time to release tension from our eyes is very valuable. Your eye is another microcosm of your whole body. So your tension in your eyes is very much bound up in the tension of your whole body. So we take this time to access our eye as a way to access your whole body. When we relax your eye, we're completely relaxing your whole body. Now travel back behind the colored part of your eye, your iris in the black of your eye, your pupil. There's a lens there which helps to focus light on the back of your eye. You're feeling tension here in the deepest level. There's a light that projects through your pupil and a lens on the back of your eye. The inside lining of the eye is covered by special light sensing cells. So behind your eye, the optic nerve carries these impulses to the brain, relaxing this area. Small sensitive areas in the retina that gives your central vision. You're feeling tension at the back of your eye. The tension from all the visual stimulation and allowing it to release. Feeling your eyelids, feeling your eyelids touching, feeling your eyelashes, allowing the tension to come forward and letting the tension release. Feeling the tension of the eye sockets, the space that holds the eyes, letting that tension release and dissolve. Feeling the tension on the eyebrows, the cheekbones, the sinuses, the temples, letting that tension come forward and then allowing it to dissolve down through the back of your head into the earth. Letting your whole face melt. Let it become like putty, dissolving, softening, losing its shape completely. Feeling your brain, feeling the tension in your brain, relaxing the area around your brain stem at the middle base of your brain and the back of your throat. Letting every single follicle of hair on your head relax, release, and let go. Feeling the tightness of your skin on your scalp, allowing it to release. And space between your teeth and let your tongue float in your mouth. So let yourself feel your body as a whole, breathing into all the pores of your skin, your entire body at once. And see if you can find any other places of your body that are calling you to relax and release. And as you scan your body, notice your awareness. You're just feeling your body as a whole. Feeling your body, being in your body, relaxing, letting go. Your body continually melting into the earth underneath you. So you're looking to completely relax, even to the point of going to sleep. Letting go of everything. Letting go of everywhere you're holding on. As long as you're willing to be present with your awareness, your body will continually show you places where you can release. So keep feeling into your body, feeling into your 2 feet, your 2 buttocks, your mid back, your 2 elbows, your 2 shoulder blades, and your head. And feel your connection with the earth underneath you. Each time you breathe out, let your body sink down into the earth. So your physical body will remain on the surface, and you're going to begin to visualize your awareness extending down, opening up the back of your body, extending down into the earth. Your awareness will travel down into the earth. So breathe into your body as a whole. And as you breathe out, open your awareness. Let your awareness open and descend into the earth. As you breathe in, you breathe into your body. And as you breathe out, open up your back body and follow your breath as it opens and drops into the earth. Breathing into your body. As you breathe out, open your back body. Follow your breath as it opens and drops into the earth. And just keep doing this. And then the next time you breathe out, you're going to follow your awareness down into the earth. Your physical body will remain on the surface. And you're going to let your awareness stay down in the earth so that your awareness doesn't come back up. You just let your awareness stay in the openness of the earth. And each time you breathe out, allow your awareness to open and drop a little bit further. On the in-breath, you don't come back up. On the out-breath, you descend and drop a little bit further. Breathe out, you open and go down further. And this is where sensing and feeling continues to be important. Notice what your awareness is like. Notice what the qualities of the earth are like. It may just be open and empty. It may be dark. Feel what it is like for your awareness. You're moving into darkness. So this is not what we think about what the earth is like from a scientific perspective. From a geological perspective, this is your felt awareness of the earth. So noticing what you find, feeling the empty, peaceful, dark, open, warm, reassuring space. Breathing out, dropping and opening. Each time you breathe out, you keep dropping and opening, exploring the sensation and feeling of awareness around you, letting your awareness drop. It's like a feather floating down or a snowflake falling from the sky. Your awareness keeps dropping and opening. And you're just going to feel or see what this space is like for you as you descend. Notice that the deeper your awareness goes down into the earth, the more relaxed and the less wound up you are gripping with your body on the surface. And it's completely natural to come back up into your body, to tense back up and to come back up, and that's okay. You just begin again. If you feel yourself thinking and coming back into your body, feeling sensations in your body, just relax, let go, and begin again. And you breathe out, you let your awareness drop and open. Don't worry about how far down you go, you just drop and open. Feel into the sensations, see what it feels like for you. Hanging out there in the earth, staying with the process of descending on and on and on. And then staying connected with the earth underneath you, we're going to sit together for a few moments as well. So you're going to come to a comfortable seated meditation for you. That may be sitting cross-legged on a meditation cushion. That may be sitting in a chair. That may be kneeling on a block. So whatever works best for you and your body. You're going to sit on your seat, staying connected with the earth underneath you, feeling your buttocks settle, relaxing into your seat, relaxing into your cushion, keeping that connection with the earth underneath you, making sure your pelvis is higher than your knees so that your pelvis is tipped slightly forward. You want your knees to be able to rest lower than your pelvis. So make sure that your meditation cushion is high enough so that your thighs can be completely relaxed, your psoas can be completely relaxed, the inside of your upper thighs are completely relaxed. If your knees are high, you need to be supporting them. Otherwise, you're going to be holding yourself up by sheer strength, and then you will not be able to come into a relaxed state in this seated position. Probably going to be more comfortable to sit with one leg in front of the other if you're sitting cross-legged. Lengthen up through your spine. Lengthen up through the back of your head. Draw your ears back. Space between your teeth, let your tongue float. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Your palms can rest on your lap or on your legs. And just spend a moment now, very small movements, rocking your spine forward and back until you find an openness, a spaciousness along your back line, along your spine, about the size of a quarter. It'll all of a sudden feel like the whole thing opens right up, like a chimney. So you're leaning forward and back very slightly, finding the space along your back line. And when you find it, you slow your movements down and you pause in that space. And then same thing side to side. You're looking for that space along your spine, along your back line. where there's that openness, that chimney, that space along your back line where you connect with your true self, that spaciousness, that openness, that expansiveness. It'll feel about the size, the diameter of a quarter. All of a sudden, everything will open up. And then you can pause there and rest in that spaciousness. You're just going to let your breath rest in your lower belly. And let your attention be completely in your body, and particularly along this spaciousness of your back line. The openness of your back line, that thin column of openness, of pure awareness. Notice when your attention drifts, what happens to your back line. You're going to re-lengthen through the back of your spine. Notice that you'll want to re-lengthen through the back of your head, and just how much that opens up the back line again and allows you to connect with your true nature, your pure awareness. Feel how spacious, how open, how peaceful, how empty this space feels. And allow yourself to rest into this space. When tension arises in your body, notice the tension, allow that tension to come forward. Notice how that tension shifts and changes, just like all the points in your body when we were lying down. Allow that tension to go down through your pelvis, through your legs, through your feet, and into the earth. And then come back to your back line. Lengthen up through your spine. Lengthen through the back of your head. Draw your ears back. Slight tuck in your chin. Let your nose come over your navel. Find that spaciousness, that openness along your back line again. Rest into the vastness and the spaciousness of your back line. Let everything drop into there. There's a light attention on your breath in your belly, and that breath brings a freshness all the way up your spine, staying long through the back of your head, and that keeps the column of your spine open for you. To stay in the openness, to stay in the vastness. to stay in the pure awareness. Okay, staying present in your bodies. We're going to transition to coming back together as a community now. So when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Okay. So welcome, Elisa. Thanks for joining us. So just a little explanation. Normally we would have a teaching talk followed by meditation, and then this space is for you to be able to ask questions about practice or to bring anything that's bubbling to the surface for you about your practice in general over the course of the week between our meetings here. Because we've just come out of an intensive retreat, we skipped teachings this morning because we're full up, and there's really, at this point, my sense was there's no space for teachings today, so we went right into practice. And we did a 45-minute practice today. We did about 30 minutes of reclined meditation, followed by 10 minutes of earth descent, followed by, I guess, only 5 minutes of seated practice. So that was kind of the breakdown of what we did today. So I open the floor to you. We also went around and introduced ourselves. So I'll just ask you to introduce yourself and where you're connecting from, Elisa, and then I'll open the floor to everybody.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I've never done anything live on the computer before. This is all new to me. I'm Elisa McGuire, and I'm in Arizona, Chino Valley, Arizona, in the mountains of northern Arizona.
Nice. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I was a member a long time ago, so it feels really good to come back. So.
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay.
When we were in the eyeballs and you said to feel into the back parts of the eyes, where we focus light, I felt like a like I really put my awareness into that part, and then there's like a band of tension that like went from here down into the earth. and the tube around our spine. That was very nice to feel our true nature or awareness. And, yeah, to experience that.
The eyes we can do in the same way we do our feet, because they're a microcosm of our whole body in the same way as our feet are. And I think in the same way that our feet get used so much, our eyes get used, really very overused. We live in such a visual culture too. So it's nice when we have the time to do an extended meditation like today, to take that time to really focus in on the eyes and really release in such an in-depth way. Yeah, and seated meditation can be really powerful when you create that alignment. One of my classmates called it walking the tightrope yesterday, I think which is really powerful, because it's like the way she described it is you can really tell when you're there. The tightrope, I think, is such a great analogy, right? Because although there's a very narrow space that we're tuning into, when you drop into it, it just goes and when you leave it, it's very clear that you've left it. And then you can come back and it just opens right up again. So very interesting.
Well, I'll be the voice of I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
This entire experience was, my breathing was, I've got a little bit of a cold, and it just was, I was either asleep or really like struggling and too aware, and yeah, it just, and I felt that opening just a tiny, tiny bit when Madeline was talking, and I was listening, but the entire seated meditation, I just couldn't find it. But I'll keep coming back.
Yeah. Did you keep moving until you found it? You were moving? Yeah. Okay.
I kept moving, but I just, at a certain point, I realized that I was efforting. That I was striving.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
That it was whatever, I was looking for something in my head, with my head. And so I just, at that point I quit, and I got a real small glimpse of it when I was sitting on the ground, when Madeline was talking. For that really brief moment, I felt like, oh, that's what that feels like.
Yeah, it does. This can really open it up.
Mm-hmm.
The drawing back of the ears, even the breath in the belly can really kind of open it up too. So there's lots of things that can kind of open it up. But yeah, it's kind of like earth descent too. It can.
Yeah, and again, like earth descent's always dicey for me today.
And if you have a cold, then you can't really. It's hard to breathe, right? So.
Yeah, it just wasn't happening, but that's okay, because some days it doesn't, and I just. It will happen when it's time.
I was here until about the eyeballs part, and then I fell asleep. I
Yeah.
didn't sleep very well last night, and I just came back about probably 3 minutes or something at the end. But yeah, I actually all this week, and my skin hurts. I'm so tired. So the eyeballs were very interesting. I did like that. So I'm glad I caught that bit. It was a good sleep though.
Yeah, you can trust it when your body goes to sleep. that that's what you need.
When I sat up, it was like an icy cold waterfall that went right down my spine.
Hmm.
And when I was rocking, I thought, no, that can't be it, because that's just too cold.
Yeah.
But then when I rocked back onto it again, I could feel it, and it was just so cold.
Huh.
in a straight line. But then I suddenly felt it expand.
Yeah.
It was still really, really icy cold.
Interesting.
But before I sat up, I had a similar feeling, probably round about where my kidneys are.
Uh-huh.
That went icy cold, and I thought, I'm going to have to move. And that was just when you said to sit up.
Huh.
So I don't know if that's connected, but it was just so cold.
That's really interesting.
But it was just like a waterfall, and I could feel it coming from almost my occipital lobe right the way down to my coccyx. But the coldness was just ice.
Interesting. I don't know about that. I've never really felt it that way. It sort of feels more open, and it does just kind of expand and expand. It feels more spacious than, and my concern of, I mean, it's not wrong, but my sense of that is that ice is kind of contracting, you know? Yeah. Whereas this, when you kind of drop into it, there's a sense of expansiveness. Yeah. It'd be interesting for you to continue to be with it. My sense of it is that it'll be different another day. Yeah.
Maybe yesterday was just too much. The weekend was just too much.
Yeah, there's probably still stuff trickling through.
Yeah.
A very spacious, expansive start to the practice. I kind of zoned out. I wasn't really listening to, I was going in and out when you were talking through the different parts of the body, and I could feel a floating, a very, it felt like I was floating right from the beginning. And then at one point I went to sleep. I definitely know I must have been sleeping because I don't remember anything about the eye part that everyone's referring to. I'll have to catch up that on the recording. And then as soon as it went into the earth descent, it was like I didn't want to go there. I woke up and I was awake and present, and nothing else happened for me. It was just, that was that. So it was almost as though my body was ready to just go, be so relaxed. And then as soon as I knew that there was the earth descent, I don't know, I just woke up. I woke up at the earth descent and nothing else happened. The seated meditation was in and out. I could definitely sense when we moved and the rocking backwards and forwards. I could sense something, but it was, all of the spaciousness was in the beginning of the meditation and nothing where it's supposed to be.
No, that's not true. It's exactly how it's supposed to be. How it unfolded was how it's supposed to unfold. So that's fine. You know, it's not like some kind of exam every time we come into meditation, right? Okay, Jackie, 70% today. She did well. She fell asleep. Earth descent's a fail for sure. And I don't know, maybe 50% unseated. There's no kind of evaluation going on here. Like, how ridiculous would that be? And yet, like, that's kind of how we talk about it. We evaluate it. Well, so this is what happened, and then, well, I didn't really do very well at that, and it's just what happened today. And we're all laughing because we can all relate to it, not because we're not laughing at you, Jackie. We're like, we all do that, right?
Yeah, we're right there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, today was a bad meditation. No, every day was a meditation.
And I'm just going to say, it's hard to not grasp on, even if I can intellectually let go of bad, part of me still wants for there to be the good
meditation.
And so, it's like, if there's good, then there's bad. Even if we don't say it, it's hard to let go. It's meditation. It's the practice.
Every meditation is the practice. And and this is exactly what this weekend was about, which is why it was so difficult for everybody, was that the practice presents, and your life presents exactly what you need in each moment. And that is the practice, right? It's not like, okay, if you sat down and had the perfect meditation, that would actually be quite the perfect meditation. It would actually be quite counterproductive, because there would be no transformation that would occur. Right?
Yep.
I feel like I'm making progress. I was able to go through the first part and felt really relaxed, but when we got to the earth descent, I don't feel like I really know what that's supposed to be like, and I don't feel like I'm there yet.
Mm-hmm.
When I did it last night in the part of the retreat that you did, I did get a sense of like, kind of not like descending into the earth, but kind of like just sinking in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm there with the descent into the earth. And I guess I'll know it when I feel it, but I don't feel it right now. And I'm not sure if I was there with the opening up of the spine, but I did feel very, very relaxed, and I felt a lot of tension drain out during the whole process.
Yeah, great. That earth descent takes a long time. It's conceptually, it's very different from anything we've experienced before.
As we get older, we lose so much of our ability to imagine and to visualize, perhaps. And that's a skill I guess we have to relearn for some of this.
Mm.
It's not as easy as when you're 5.
Mm-hmm.
And can turn yourself into a monkey at a moment's notice. Or pretend to be a tree growing in ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, using your imagination is useful in earth descent.
When we were feeling into our organs, like the liver, and I forget what other ones, but and letting the tension go into the earth from like beneath our rib cage.
Mhm.
My awareness turned into instead of doing, just being present of the sensations and not doing what I should be doing, which is to release and let go of the tension in my organs. And earth descent, for me, I felt when the cue was to open the back body. That has been a struggle of mine for weeks, and now just today it seemed to open, and it was like a vortex or something, and like I just could feel my awareness just way down, and it was just like this like V of blackness, like black, and my awareness was like right here and in a V. And it's just like way down.
So what Madeline's talking about, staying with the felt sensations of things versus doing, which is, you know, I think part of what Ivy is kind of getting at with imagination too. And it's really the crux of the whole thing here, which is staying in our bodies. You know, we're used to being human doings, right? And the more we try to do this whole meditation thing, we're at a loss. But the more we can stay in our bodies and feel the felt sense of our experience, you know, so there's a big difference between doing the meditation, like at the beginning, right? I'm going to release my body. I'm going to release this tension. I'm going to do that, versus actually being in the part of the body we're in, sensing the sensation, right? You feel the difference between the mind over the body and the mind in the body, you know, being in the big toe. Being the big toe, you know, actually coming into the big toe. You've all had the difference in the experience, I think. So that's what Madeline's talking about, you know, actually sensing into this sensation of the organs. And you don't really need to know what they are, right? You can just sort of feel into the organs underneath your rib cage here, she was talking about, and really sensing them and sensing what's going on there. And then, you know, that's entering into that relationship with your body, right? Rather than telling you, okay, body, okay, tell me what tension is here. Okay, now body, let go of that tension here. Instead, you're sensing into it. And the same thing really with earth descent. It's about opening, letting your awareness drop in, and then sensing what your felt awareness is in that space. That is really when things opened up for me in earth descent, was that that body is no different than this body. I'm feeling into that body underneath me. And that is when I was really able to have a felt sense of that space. And that's what imagination is, right? Feeling into, you know, I'm going to be a monkey. Okay, what would it feel like to be a monkey, right? It's not like, okay, you know, anybody who sits down and studies like what a monkey is going to fail miserably at being a monkey. They're going to feel in their body what it's like to be a monkey. So it's really about coming into this embodied space, coming into that extended body underneath us. Really, so we are growing this relationship with our body more and more and more, feeling into it, trusting it, sensing what it's telling us again and again, more and more. So I think that's probably a good place to kind of wrap up. Is there anybody else that has anything to add? Michelle says for her, it was recognizing what she's felt in seated meditation, going within, connecting with the inner expansive spaciousness, and recognizing this in earth descent. It's kind of something saying there's different ways of accessing it, but that inner spaciousness that you feel is also in the earth too. So the more you sense, the more you start to sense your felt experience, you're going to feel that in the earth, you're going to feel it in your body. The boundaries that we're experiencing just start to become more and more porous. So you feeling that back line, you start to sense that openness. That starts to expand, and the boundaries of your body start to so then top, bottom, side to side, front to back, open up. Bottom opens up, you'll start to open into the earth below there too. Just the sense of spaciousness will start to open and open. And I think that's what Michelle's talking about, the inner expanse. Well, yeah, that's what she's talking about. Yeah. So, but it's that really feeling into and sensing your own experience. So the more you feel into it, the more you drop that discursive thinking mind and you sense into the experience. So it's about being that in that really embodied place. And that takes time. That's a growing relationship, and that takes a lot of trust, right? To let go of needing to look outside of yourself all the time for the answers. And to trust that what's in here is really going to lead you. You know, we talked about how this is really open to, and this week in the DYC, we're talking about how this is responsive as well, right? And knows how to act. And the more you tune into this felt sensation, the more you will, this is open to what's happening in the world. And then the more you tune into it, the more you will have that felt sense of how to respond and act in the world too. And that's the focus for the DYC this week. So we had a lot of opening this week, and so it's a good follow-up this week in the DYC, I think. So I thank you all for being here this week, and welcome back, Elisa.
Thank you very much.
And I'll see you all on the forum this week. Namaste.
Namaste.